tell you CBS or ATL-FM has it. Now, CBS encompasses 3 streams. That's ATL-FM, TV UCC, and ATL-FM News Online. So, for some time now, I think those of you who have been observant, you'd see me behind the camera. Yes, I'm the head of TV production, and I also double as the head of the entertainment desk for ATL-FM. So, this is an opportunity for all of us. Now, the next part of my presentation, I think you should pay rapt attention, because I don't know if you've heard of Desi of Metro TV. You've heard of Kojo Yankson. You've heard of Dan Kweku Yeboah. So these were all products of ATL-FM. Kojo Brace with ATL-FM Newsroom. Richard Kojo Nyakon. So these were all products of ATL-FM. They passed through the system, and now they are with the big stations. The question is, how did they do that? If you are here and you are interested, you'd want to, it doesn't matter the program you are reading, whether it's chemistry, whether it's medicine, whatever program you are reading, we have a package for you. So we have the student presenters. You go through, we'll take you through what to do, and then we'll take you through a series of trainings. Apart from the trainings, we'll also take you on workshops and other seminars. That will build your capacity. Public speaking. For those of you who are interested in taking pictures or doing videos, our TV department will take care of that. For those of you who have strong writing abilities, our newsroom is ready to accept you. So all you have to do is, because of time, I'll mention my number. Then we can take it from there. We can locate us behind Tvucc Hall. How many of us know Tvucc Hall? Okay, so I think it will be pretty much difficult to give direction now because of the current changes we are experiencing in the school. But I know from here you'll be going on a hall-to-hall tour. Then you'll be taken to Tvucc Hall. So when you get to Tvucc Hall, there's a big yellow and blue building. Now, it's called the SRC complex. CBS is on the first floor of that SRC complex. So I'll end my presentation as a very short one. I think the rest will be after I've given my number, and then when you are ready to apply, then we take it from there. So you can write it 0555 079 003. So you can save my number as OB ATL-FM, OB CBS. Okay, so we'll make room for few questions. Mr. Agri, how many questions? Other questions you'd love to ask? Zero 079 003. Zero 555 079 003. So you want to learn blogging, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to learn editing.
Okay, my name is Nemo Joseph, please, BSc Economics with Finance. I want to ask, please, training, seminars, practicals and stuff, are they at a fee, please?
So fortunately for you, there's no fee attached to it. The only fee is your seriousness and commitment. That's the only price you pay. Your seriousness and commitment. Usually you'd hear, oh, I want to be a part of the student presenters. I want to be this, I want to be that. They come and we take you through the process, and then, oh, my hopes was to speak on radio. No. Maybe your talent is not necessarily to talk on radio. You have a good writing skill. There are lots of people who have made a name out of themselves for not necessarily writing. For those of you who follow sports, there is this popular sports journalist, Fabrizio Romano. He started as a writer before adding his blog into it. So if he had followed the general cliche or the general concern that, yes, I want to be known, So necessarily, I should be put on air to be a presenter. Then he would have lost that opportunity. You get it? So that's what I'm saying, your seriousness and your commitment. That's the only fee you pay. Any other question?
Okay. Please, I'm Victoria, become accountant. My question is, we all do different courses. So, as the schedule to the time, what if you have a lecture to go and...
It clashes with that. So very good. So what we do is that if you're able to, if you apply, you go to the system, we will take your timetable and then look at periods when you are free. Then we assign you to a particular department within our field. Remember, even for those of you who may not necessarily like journalism or anything, if you are doing marketing, there's an opportunity for you. Get aligned with our marketing department, get that on-field experience, even before you get to level 2 and level 300. You know what goes into marketing, you know what goes into branding. It makes what you are being taught in class very practical for you. Yes, so you can tune in the morning, especially during the, in fact, all the days, from between 6 o'clock to 6:30 or 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning. Then in the evening, 7 p.m., you can tune in, because we'll be giving announcements, and most of them concern things or changes that will occur and all activities that go on campus. 100.5 megahertz, 100.5, ATLFM 100.5. For TVUCC, we are now live on YouTube and on Facebook, and I think Twitter and Instagram as well. So just search TVUCC on Instagram at TVUCC, Facebook TVUCC, YouTube it's TVUCC, and not UCC TV. UCC TV is another channel. So if you are looking for us, search us on TVUCC. So maybe as I exit for the next person, you can all take our phones, go on YouTube, and then subscribe to our channel TVUCC, because the content we create is basically centered on student activities. Then you can watch some of our content so that when you come, it's easier taking you through the process. Yeah, so take your phones. Take your phones. Let's go on YouTube and search for TVUCC. Okay, so hit the subscribe button. Depending on your phone. I know some of you, your phones, the subscribe button is top right. Others too, but usually with YouTube, it's down. So hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification button or the bell icon. So it gives you options, all, personal, and the rest. So click on all. So let me take you through the process again. Go to YouTube. In the search panel, type TVUCC. So our logo will pop up. White, blue, with the TVUCC inscription written in red. With our motto, the channel of choice. Okay, so TVUCC, now hit the subscribe button. If you've done so, that's all right. But if you're yet to do it, hit the subscribe button. Hey! Where they hit the chat button. Anyway, it's part of the beauty of being part of CBS. It's ever fun as all right, thank you so much. So we'll be expecting to hear from you for those of you who are interested in joining us at CBS. I wish you all the best and welcome once again to the University of Choice.
Please, I want to ask that. Do you have to reach a certain level before you apply? Or you can apply at any level? And how many years do we go under the training?
So till you complete school, whether you are doing postgraduate studies, you can still be with us.
Please, my name is Kwame Nkrumah.
He's a legend.
Please, can a stammerer also be enrolled in a program?
Pardon?
A stammerer.
A stammerer.
Yeah, can I be enrolled?
Can you enroll?
Yeah.
So broadcasting is not only about presentation or hosting. I did indicate that if you follow sports, there's a very popular sports journalist known as Fabrizio Romano. He started as a writer. You get it? He started as a writer. I know some stammerers who sing. So maybe you could make a difference. But regardless of your situation, you can still be a journalist. Journalism goes beyond hosting. It goes beyond TV presentation. The chunk of it has to do with reading and writing. So you write, you read, you understand, so you can communicate very well. Also, you are hosting a program, you have an intelligent guest, he says something, and because you are bereft of knowledge, you can't verify that what he has said was true or not. Then you'll be left hanging. Presenter we were sound. When him said 2006 Ghana could walk up. You get it? So it's not only about hosting or presenting or talking on air. There's a lot that goes into broadcast journalism. Okay. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obobi, for that presentation. Hello. Can we turn and look at our back? Like, let's look at the far end. Have you seen we still have empty spaces? Hello. Have you seen we have empty spaces? Yes. Meanwhile, the first day we started this program, the number of students who were even seated outside were even more than the first row. Do you know the implication I can deduce from this? So we think we've gotten something, or we know enough. So we've started our attitude. Hello? We've started our attitude. Is that how you are going to go through the 4-year program? We knew this was going to happen. So we intentionally left the best for the last. And I can assure you that the presentations outlined for today is even more interesting than the ones you've had. So if you think that when you're BA, so you can now see and walk around anywhere on campus, I'm sorry. You're not there yet. Hello? Please, if this is the attitude we are going to put up on campus for your 4-year, 6-year, 2-year program. I'm sorry. All right. Please, if you know you are in a cap or cap, whatever, please take it off. Hello? All right. On Tuesday, I made a promise. And somebody reminded me yesterday that I have not honored it. Okay. All right. So I wanted to honor my pledge. But my boss said that I should let the first presenter do her presentation. And then when she is done, I can do my presentation as well. I want everybody to be present so that those of them who are not here will not go and stand somewhere that I promised and never fulfilled it. So I want the room to be full. Because when I was making the promise, the room was even more than over full. So I cannot honor my promise to a half full hall. Hello? Does it make sense? All right, thank you very much. So let me invite our first presenter to take us through issues of quality assurance. University of Cape Coast, we don't joke with our quality. From cleaning to when you even graduate, we attach so much importance to quality. So if you start going for lectures, you realize that our lecture rooms are very clean. All our sockets are working, projectors, everything is in order. And there is a special unit that makes sure that all these are in place. Hello? All right, so let's invite Ms. Comfort Ama to take us through our first presentation.
Hello, good morning. Yes. I'm coming from Academic Planning and Quality Assurance Unit. And please, if we say quality, as students, your expectations in the University of Cape Coast might come from what we get from the library, the hospital, our security services. Whatever we do, you would want to see quality attached to it. Is it true? Please, those who are here, do you want to feel the touch of quality in everything we do? Those who are here. Okay. So please, we promote and maintain quality in the University of Cape Coast. And how do we do this? By Monday, you start lectures. You will pass by to see if the lecturer was there and you were also there. The facilities you are going to use, the fans, the chairs, projectors, we are going to make sure everything is fine. And as students, we are pleading with you that your plugs you are going to use in the lecture theaters, the laptops, if you try and it's not going through the plugs, don't force it. Are you with me? And also, we would want to get feedbacks from you as students. So we would want to ask you, you went to the library yesterday. What was your experience? What was the services? The hospital? Are you with me? Okay. And there's one important thing I want to discuss with you. Please, do you have this? Hello? Please let me see if you have this. So a lot of them are not having. Please, if you have this, give it to a friend to take a picture. Hello? And so, by Monday, you are going to start lectures. everything you are going to be taught, by the end of the semester, you would assess your lecture. You are going to write an exams, but you are also going to assess your lecture. That is why we are the #1 university in Ghana. Are you with me? Okay. So, you would go online via your student portal. And I know by now you all have access to the student portal. Yes. So you would go online. And this is so important that if you don't go online, you can't access your results. You'd have to go online, and if you are doing 8 or 9 or 6 courses, you would have to go online and assess all the courses you did for this semester. So some of the questions are, did your lecturer come on time? Did you understand the courses they taught you? And you have to be fair and objective. Are you with me? Please, if you don't go online and assess the lecturers and the courses you did, you can't see your results. So this is very, very important. And please bear in mind, your registration numbers are not online. So don't be afraid that my lecturer is going to say, I didn't come to class. He didn't come to class. Nobody is going to see. It's just like you have your ATM number in mind. Nobody has access to your ATM number. Your MTNP number, they are with you. Yes. So nobody has access to them. So please feel free, go online and tell us about the good and the bad, the strengths and the weakness. Please, we need them. Hello? And as I said earlier, there are other surveys that we do. Once in a while, when you go to your student portal, you would see that the university is, you want to know your views on your experience on campus as first-year students. It would pop up on your portal. Please do well to go online to give us feedback. And when do we do this appraisal? Getting to the end of the semester, we will prompt you. The lecturers, your social media platforms, everybody will prompt you that go online and assess the courses you have done for the semester. And as I said again, please be objective. Do not lie about your lecturers. It's very important. And finally, don't be afraid. Tell us about the good and the bad. Your registration numbers are not online. Thank you.
Well, just a quick one before we take questions. The assessment is good for us. Every lecturer on campus, apart from those who have arrived as the associate professors, and even they are also assessed. We are in business. We want to give you the very best. When you assess them and they are not performing, we counsel them so that you get the best. If we have to ask the person to leave us because he's fond of insulting students, we'll show him the exit. He goes out. All of them are on contract. On contract. It's not till I die. So for their contracts to be renewed, we need this assessment. Are you with us? This is a system, and we need to do it so we can get the best into lectureship in faculty, and the best will deliver service to you. So please take it. Going forward, I believe that it will be very necessary. If you don't assess them, you can't even register your next semester. It's compulsory by force now. So please take interest in that one and assess and be objective, sincere, and fair. Okay. So questions? Questions?
Okay. Please, I want to know if you have a way to detect when a student is lying about a lecturer.
Good question.
Did you get his question? He asked if there's a way we could detect a student is lying about a lecturer through the assessment, right?
So we have about 900 students doing a course. And only one person is saying the lecturer is always late. We can't use that to judge the lecturer. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Francis, become accountant. I remember back in SHS, one of our teacher was, let me put it this way, truant. And the class, we reported him to the office of the academics. And the teacher was very angry about the class. So I would like to know if we assess the lecturer when he does something bad and we assess him in that direction, won't he or she know that it was these people who did that?
Yes, thank you. So when we print out what you said about the lecturer and the course taught, the head of department will sit down with the lecturer, tell him how he can improve on his weakness. So, University of Cape Coast, there's nothing like the lecturer going to punish you. It doesn't happen here. Thank you.
Is it a princess here?
Yes, yes.
Is it a princess here? So, in case we assess the lecture teaches well, and then we assess him, and then let's say we gave good comments about him, but later on, when results came, students are still failing his course. What are you going to do as an institution?
So, if a lot of the students fail the course, there are so many ways we are going to sit down to assess what happened. Is it coming from the student or from the delivery? So we are not just going to judge that the lecturer is good, but the students are failing. So it's coming from the student or it's coming from the lecturer. There's a committee that will sit down to assess the whole situation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm afraid I'm the moment Larry Ninchi. I become a PCM. Okay, actually the question I wanted to ask, the previous guy asked, but since I'm here, I can't go back. But I have a different question, which is, since a forum has been open to us, that whenever a lecture is asked, and maybe we didn't get a good result, maybe a lecturer don't lecture, or maybe I didn't understand, and I asked him to, repeat it, and he didn't. So I had a notice from some of the level forward and so on, that sometimes when you report a lecture, when he goes to the council room, they are going to, point out the person who came to forge that report. So I'm here to ask whether it's true. Thank you.
Thank you. It doesn't happen in the University of Cape Coast. So that is false. Yes.
Okay.
It's a big force.
Please, I want to ask that, since it is compulsory to assess the lecturers before even your results come, what if it is time to assess the lecturers and we are in, the portal is not responding? What will you do?
In fact, it will respond. So wait, it will come.
Okay, my name is Gwedi Redania. Become accountant. Yes. My question is similar to what the lady asked. Since I came here, I have a problem with the network. So what about during the appraiser? Is it a limit time for the appraiser? So I want to ask if there is a limit time so that the network wouldn't worry us. Thank you.
There's a time for it. So we will prompt you. And there are internets in the department and lecture theaters. If you start lectures, you will know. It's everywhere.
Okay, so when we were talking about the investigations or as to when you will know the student is lying or not, we made mention of taking note of the number. I just want to know, sometimes quote and unquote, majority means the fools are on one side.
Yes.
So what if the majority of the students are lying? Is there any other grounds on which you conduct your investigations to know whether they are lying or not?
That's
please?
A brilliant question. It's a brilliant question. So we will have to compare the previous appraisal reports of the students. Do you get me? Of the lecturer. We would have to compare the previous reports of the lecturer and even other courses he taught before we make our conclusions.
Okay, my name is Bawa. My question is, UCC has ranked a #1 university in Ghana, West Africa, and #7 in Africa. I don't know, but it seems like it's not in all the aspects of the various departments.
Really?
What am I saying this? Because since you came here, we have the experience part of like blackout and so on. Poor network as well. So I don't know if we can do best to be best the 117 in all the aspects.
Okay.
I'll be very grateful.
Thank you so much. So the blackout is nationwide, so it's not UCC. Thank you.
All right, so on that note, let's give it to her. All right, so we move straight to the next presentation. Okay, so we have our Director of Public Affairs with us to take us through engagements with the public and UCC image issues. Let's give it to him and welcome him.
I'm going to do you a small test. If you pass, then we'll continue. If you don't pass, I go back to my office. I have a lot of work on my desk. So it goes like this. UCC, UCC. Some of you have failed. But you know, it is okay. Clap for yourself. As he said in the introduction, we are going to look at reputation, image of the university, and our engagement as students with the public. In this case, we are talking specifically about how we engage with the media if we are students. Do we have the authority to engage the media on behalf of the university? Please, those are the rare, the very fine. Can you all hear me? Okay. So we'll look at it from what the outline that is on the slide. I hope you can all see it. I'll give you a brief introduction, which I've started doing already, and then we'll look at the definition of public affairs. If we say public affairs, what is it about? And then we'll look at the mandate of the Directorate of Public Affairs. Why are we here? What do we do? And then we'll look at how the Directorate is organized. We'll look at the sections under the Directorate and their rules. We'll also look at how to get students to partner us to maintain a positive image for the university at all times. And then we'll look at social media in general and how it impacts on our lives, either as students or collectively as corporate UCC. So, by way of introduction, there is a saying that image is everything. In this world, your image is what takes you there and brings you back. Now, if you look at passports, somebody who holds a Japanese passport, he is able to go everywhere under the globe. But if you hold excuse my language, a Ghanaian passport or a Nigerian passport, you realize that sometimes getting visas and other travel documents becomes very difficult. Why is it so? It is all about image. How we have conducted ourselves over the period. People claim they are going to school. When they go, they never come back. But the Japanese, when he enters America, the Americans know that he will do what he's there to do, and if he's staying for 1 week, after 1 week, he will go back. So, because of our brothers, what they have done, it has created a certain image or reputation for our country. And that is what makes it difficult for us when we want to travel. Otherwise, you just take your passport, you book your flight, and you are gone. It is the same with universities. We all come to school to acquire certificates. At the end of the day, it is that piece of paper that you hold to go and get a job. So if there is a perception that where you went to school, for instance, the system is not honest, and that there are exam or practices, students are able to cheat when they during exams, and then another person bring a certificate from, let's say, Cambridge University, where the image is very positive, and everybody concludes that, oh, if it is from Cambridge, then it is good. So let's give him employment. So all that I'm saying is that at the end of everything, we are going to the market to go and look for jobs. And we are not going to do this alone. We'll be competing with others from other institutions. So how easy it will be for us to be able to sell ourselves is the kind of reputation or image that we are able to carve for our institution. Now, in terms of reputation, we have the individual reputation. That is you sitting there. The reputation you are able to create for yourself. How honest you are, how you comport, even how you dress. All these things will create your reputation as, let's say, Kofi Mensah. But if we aggregate your reputation, my reputation, all of us, if we put it together, then what do we get? We get the reputation for our institution. So you realize that getting a good image for our institution is not the job of one person. You get it? I may be doing my part, but if you don't do your part, it will boil down to zero, because at the end of the day, it will be about collective UCC. So if, for instance, tomorrow you go to Abra Market and you go and steal tomatoes, it is you who has gone to steal. But when it appears in the papers, how do you think it will appear? So you get where I'm driving at. You went to the market, I was not there. But they will not say Auntie Manson's son. All that they will say at that point in time is that a student from UCC went to the market and pilfered some items. So now the impression you are creating in the eyes of the public is that UCC students are thieves. And who wants to employ a thief in their office? Will you employ a thief in your office? Okay. So I hope I'm making some sense. So in building, next slide, let's go. In building a good image for our university, it is all of us, everybody who has something to do with the university is involved in this quest to build a good image for the university. Now, let me give you a little definition about public affairs. If we say public affairs, what we mean. First, you see that something is in red, and it talks about management function. If they say something is a management function, it means that it happens from the very top, where management is. That is where the activities of public affairs start. So every time management takes a decision, there's an input, a public affairs input, because whatever we do as an institution, it affects our publics. The publics are the various stakeholders that the university deals with. So who can give us one public in this regard? The one who is turning to look somewhere. Talk. For attempting to deceive me. Talk. I'm talking about our stakeholders as a university. So who do you think will be our number one stakeholders? Tola. So you tell me your answer, or the whole definition is your answer.
I would say maybe ATL or TVUCC.
If you say ATL, what exactly you mean by ATL?
From the definition, I read that a public affairs management function establishes a two-way mutual relationship and communication between organization and its public. So I think those bodies establishes a mutual relationship between the public and the organization, UCC as a whole, provides information and stuff so that we can keep updated on issues. That's why I say that, please.
Okay. Another person. He has done well.
The shareholders.
The shareholders of the university.
Yes.
In that case, you are talking about the government, because the government owns 100% shares in the university. But you are right. The government is also a public that the university deals with, because they make policies. So everything that the government does affects the university in a way. So we must always maintain a cordial relationship with the government. Last one from a lady. My ladies, don't disappoint me.
The head of department.
Yes, but you can expand it and make it staff. The head of department, they are part of staff, but all staff form one public. So our staff, whether academic staff or administrators or whatever, but in all this, our key public is still left out. Who can help for a cool one bottle of water? I'll get one.
Please, the students.
Clap for her. If there are no students, will I be here? Will they be here? So for a university, all the things that we do centers on students. So students are number one stakeholders. Of course, we have others like, let's say, parents. Because if parents don't bring their words, still there will be no students. And then we have things like suppliers, who suppliers are goods, and then even sister institutions, and then like somebody said, government and all that. So these are all public affairs. What we do is that at all times, we make sure that we maintain a cordial relationship with the university and the stakeholders that it works with. And we do this through communication, making sure that whatever happens, we are able to explain to them. And then their concerns too, we bring it on board to management so that they will, like I said, they will factor it in decision making. Have I made myself clear? So, like it is stated that it is a mutual relationship. And the office work is to create understanding between the university and all the people or institutions that we do business with. Are we clear up to this point? So, public affairs is essentially about managing the reputation of the institution, because if we do all these things, our goal at the end of the day is to make sure that the university has a good relationship with all these people so that we can operate. Let me give you a typical example. The university exists close to several communities. As you have been here, you have seen Amamoma, Kwapro, Apeusika, and all those. If you haven't seen, very soon you get to know them. For instance, if we don't have a mutual relationship with them, and then every time they are demonstrating, fighting us, disturbing our peace, will we have the enabling environment to do academic work? This one there, I'm asking you, before you fall asleep complete. Now you are 50% gone. Why should? If we don't have a good rapport with our neighbors, can we have the environment to operate? Stand up straight and talk so that the sleep will liberate you. Sleep is not very good, especially at this time of the day. That's why God created day and night. The night is for sleep. Day is for work. Am I clear? So we are now looking at reputation, which in the course of this thing, I've already explained that reputation is how we conduct ourselves so that people conceive us either in a negative way or a positive way. And I've said that if we do the right things as individuals, then collectively we can have a good reputation as a university. Since you have been in the academic environment, you know that there are some institutions. If somebody says that this person went to Harvard, then everybody begins to shake. Why is it so? Who can tell us why, if they tell you that this professor is Harvard trained, then everybody begins to bow. No idea. Aha.
Because we think people who are trained from there are very special.
And for us, as UCC, we are also aspiring to get to that level. We may not be there yet, but if you look at our credentials now, the fact that the whole of Ghana, we are ranked number 1. The whole of West Africa, we are number 1, and in Africa, we are number 7. What does it tell you? It tells you that we are on course. We are getting there with a little bit effort. So as you have come here, your job is to also make sure that we get there. But we will not sit down and look at you if we see that your actions are rather going to send us back. Do you get it? You either help us to move forward or we chalk you out. We have the power to do that. So if we see that you are not here to apply yourself to what we do here, then we will say bye-bye to you. So reputation management is all the things that we do at all times to manage our reputation. Sometimes certain things may go wrong. We are a human institution. But if things go wrong, it is the job of the public affairs to take the necessary measures to make sure that we let our publics understand why those things went wrong and what we have done to right it. That is why, for instance, we have things like a rejoinder. Who knows what a rejoinder is? Nobody has an idea. If you take a newspaper and there's something called a rejoinder in it. Okay, simply a rejoinder is writing to refute an allegation that has been made against you. So somebody writes in the papers that UCC has done this or that in a negative way. It is the responsibility of public affairs to quickly come out and give the facts of the case and explain that that is not what happened, but this is what happened. And that is what we call a rejoinder. It is one of the several tools that we use to explain issues to our public. We can use press releases. We can sometimes meet the media people and then explain things to them. So you realize that one of our critical stakeholders as an office, as a directorate, is the media. We do a lot of work with the media because our work is to communicate. And we may not have the communication tools, but the media has. And that is why at all times we maintain a very good relationship with the media so that they can help us to communicate whatever we want to communicate. Let's go. For us to do all these things and for the university to achieve its goals, what it intends to do, the university has a vision, which is here. As we've been here, I hope by now you know the university's vision. Have they told you about the university's vision? The moment you get here, you are part of the vision. This is what the VC wants, where he wants to. He is the driver. He is driving all of us, and this is where the destination he wants to take us. Girl, give her this thing. So read the vision, so that all of us, as you are going around every day, you should know that this is
to be globally acclaimed university for innovative teaching. research, outreach, and professional development.
Thank you. The next one, read the mission.
The mission. The University of Cape Coast is an equal opportunity university uniquely placed to use alternative methods in offering quality, liberal, and professional education that challenges learners to be creative and morally responsible global citizens to the developmental needs of the challenging world.
Thank you. Did you hear? Are we all clear on our mission? Because this is what will guide you as you are here. Everything you are doing, have it at the back of your mind that this is what we want to achieve by using this means. And then in the mission, note that it talks about something learning. All that he's saying is that chew and pour has passed. Now you must apply yourself to innovative teaching and learning. Do you get it? And then it also talks about moral. So it is not only getting a degree, but we are also here to make sure that you are morally upright. Is that clear? Let's go. And these are the core values. In achieving the things that we said we want to achieve, these are the things that we hold dear to our heart. And who can read those core values to us?
Core values: excellence, empowerment, equal opportunities, ethical behavior, environmental consciousness.
Let me just touch slightly on the environmental consciousness. As you came around, you have seen that this university, we are very conscious about our environment. You can see it, everywhere is green. Everywhere you pass, there is life. Green stands for life. So if you are here, it means that whatever you do, you must make conscious effort to maintain the environment the way we have it. It also means that littering is not allowed here. You can't come here and be littering. Let's go. And this is the mandate of the Directorate of Public Affairs. Like I said in the definitions, we are responsible for maintaining the corporate image of the university. And we do this with the key stakeholders or the public that the university works with. So I even gave you an example of a rejoinder and how we use other media outlets to always make sure that we have a good relationship with all the people that we work with. So that is our key mandate. There may be other sub things, but the main thing is to at all times make sure that we have a good relationship with everybody. Let's go. And to do all these things, this is how the directorate is structured. We have the director who is in charge of the directorate. The director reports to the registrar of the university. At the same time, he has direct access to the vice chancellor. If there is anything he wants to see the vice chancellor, he just walks to the vice chancellor's office. And then under the directorate, we have 3 sections. The first one is public relations section. We have the documentation and information section, and then the ATL or the campus broadcasting services. Are we clear up to this point? below the sections, we have units and even sub-units. But for our purpose, we'll just limit it to the sections. So just note that there are 3 sections under the directorate work. And then we'll look briefly at the responsibilities of the 3 sessions. Okay, so you can be feeding your eyes on what is on the board, but I'll tell you offhand, briefly, some of the responsibilities of the public relations office. Like we said, managing the reputation of the university, and then media relations, making sure that at any point in time we have a good relationship with the media, so that when we need their services, they are there to help us. And then we also analyze and monitor media content. Every day we listen to the various radio stations, and we also go into the press, that is the media, and we do what we call press cutting. We look at stories that affect the university, and then we compile it into a book and send it to management. They go through, and then it helps them to take decisions and to make policies. And then we also place adverts. All the adverts about the university, you're coming here, everything is the public affairs. We also do interviews, press visits, and even students from what do you call it, SHS and things. They like to visit the university to acquaint themselves with what we do here, to ginger them to want to come here after SS. And it is our office which makes sure that we take them around when they come, they visit the university. We are also in charge of all protocol issues. Sister universities visiting from abroad, all of them, it is we who pick them from the airport and all that. If people are also traveling, it is our protocol section which makes sure that everything goes through for them too. When we get visitors, their accommodation, feeding, everything, it is the public affairs. So we do a lot of work. And to make this work a bit simple for us, we have an office in Accra. That's the UCC Accra office. So that is like the eye of the university in Accra. So because Accra is the first point of call for most people coming to Ghana, when they come, before they will experience UCC, the Accra office is the first place that deals with them. We also organize all the events in the university, like what we are having here, all congregations, all matriculations, inaugural lectures, any event that the university organizes, it is the responsibility of Public Affairs Directorate. And also all the university's social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything, we handle them. And then when it comes to day-to-day communications, management wants us to make an announcement, send circulars and all that. All those things, it is the public affairs who does it. Let's go. And then the documentation, which is another section, their job is to, what do you call it? They are like archives. Everything that happens in the university, it is their job to capture it and keep it for the future, so that tomorrow, if you and I are not here, those who will come later, they can always refer to those documents and know what happened 10 years ago. Let's go. Then the last one is the campus broadcasting station, which we mentioned in passing. The campus broadcasting station is a strategic communication tool for the university. All the communications that we do, especially most of the internal communication, that is where we pass it through. And we have ATL FM 100.5, and also they have a TV station, TV UCC. So for the ATL FM, the little advice I would like to give you is that every circular, every announcement, every information about the university, apart from the university website, where you can also get those information instantly, is the ATL FM. So make it a habit. Find out the times that they give announcements, because most of them will affect students, most of the announcements that they give. So I will advise you strongly to always make sure that you listen to the announcement and probably even the news, because most of the news will also capture happenings internally, things happening within the university. It is a free advice. Last year, when I gave the same advice, I took some small money from the students. But this year, it is free, 100.5. Visit there every day and listen to what is happening. You will not even clap for me after I've given you. Thank you, thank you. Now we are getting to the end. We are looking at social media issues. Social media has come to stay. Now everybody, all of you, everybody is on some aspect of social media, one social media or the other. It is a good thing because it has made it possible for us to get information instantly. Something happens and then within the same time, you see pictures, audio, everything of it. And what is also good about the social media is that most of it is interactive. It allows you to also comment, to give your opinion on it. If you were to read graphic, you saw something in graphic that you wanted to comment on, you realize that it may take you a day or two to write back to graphic for them to, but social media is instant, everything is there. And then the other good thing about the social media is the amount of information that it gives us. But then social media also has its downsides. And one of them is information overload. Because the information is there and is free, or you pay something small and access it, there is too much information. And if the information is too much now, how to filter what is the truth and what is chaff now becomes difficult. So it's a challenge we are all confronting, and especially in our part of the world, we have not been able to come out with laws to govern the use of the social media. And because of that, a lot of people are using social media for mischief. And UCC is no exception. There are students here who have formed the habit of posting negative things about their own university without any proof. So you go and look at it and you see that it is false. And that is why I am bringing this social media issue up. Now, the university management has taken a decision that in the past, all those who have been students who have been publishing things negative about the university, we have only advised them and let them go scot-free. But from today, as we speak, if you do things like that, it will be a different ball game altogether. Once you publish something about the university and you are not sure, or you see it on another platform, you don't know the source, and you are also fond of just carrying things. You see something, you just push it. The police cyber security unit now, they have very good equipment that they are able to track such messages to the very source of it. There is a message there. I want one of you to read it. Big man, read it for us. The whole day you haven't read anything. Please stand up.
Brown Coffee, please post this on your page for me. Tell parents, guardians, sisters, brothers on your page to speak well to their wards, children, and siblings since they are resuming school. At the end of last month, an uncle's son who was about 23 years and a final year student at UCC was poisoned. The autopsy result read he was poisoned bit by bit. I know most tertiary students are grown-ups and a bit matured and won't eat from friends as younger ones, but they should still be careful. We are not safe out there anymore. From the little narration we've heard from his colleagues, we can say they might have been injecting his foodstuffs since he doesn't buy food out, especially his yam is kinda scary these days. Let's be mindful of the kinds of friends and spaces they find themselves in and pray for them always. I'm not a parent, but yet I'm a big sis to a younger one, and it bothers me too. It bothers me so much. Please keep me animals, okay?
This reading is what we call Bema Beyebi. He has done his part. But I hope we all got the message. This is something that somebody has sat in his room, he wrote it. No student has been poisoned. No student has died. When these things happen, like we spoke about reputation and image, you know the effect it has on all of us. There may be a parent who was even going to send their awards here, and they will even stop. Because if I'm sending my child to school to go and learn, and then this probability that he will be poisoned by a colleague, then I'll go to another school. You look through, and there's nothing, because this is a big place and everything is formalized. If there was a student death, it will be recorded. We'll do post-mortem, we'll know what killed him and all that. We don't know the name. We are looking up to today. You go to the hospital, you try to find out, has a student died yet? There is no student. But this message, somebody in Afghanistan would have seen it. Somebody in Iraq would have seen it everywhere. Because social media, like I said, is global. It goes everywhere. So, like I said, from now, if you do these things, whether for mischief or whatever, once you publish something negative about the university and it's not true, the university, even if it means taking you to court and getting you jailed, will do that. Am I clear? Now, one last thing before we go. The university has a public affairs directorate, and the director of public affairs is the one responsible as the spokesperson for the university. If you are a student, you are not there when they are taking decisions. You don't know what goes into decisions. You don't know why policies are formed. So it is not in your place to go and stand somewhere and be talking for the university. Do you get me? You can talk about your own private issues, but for things concerning the university, allow those who have been employed to do that and who also have the training. You don't just wake up and start communication to well. So stay in your lane, stick to your books, do what you are supposed to do, and then let others also do their work. Am I clear? If we all do these things that I have said, then we can all get a good reputation for our university. The image will be positive, and then tomorrow, if you finish UCC and you are holding your certificate with your chest out, chin in, and shoulders raised, you can go and secure a good job. And then when you get a good job, don't forget UCC. We are always here. Once we have formed this partnership from now, know that till death. Thank you. I'm done. My name is Major Retired Kofi Babintum. I don't know if I.
All right, so thank you very much, Major. Please, the floor is open for. The floor is open for questions, comments. Okay, come.
Please, I want to ask, let me take these two particular examples. I saw a post online some time ago where a student was talking about the UCC system. He was saying, yeah, he had a video of people in class in the night, and it was like, UCC, we go for prayers, you know, even no one will force you, but the system will force you to do that. And also, I saw another post online prior to our report when the continuing students were supposed to report on 25th November. A student posted, 25th is next semester and January is next semester, so choose wisely. And all these posts, let's say these two posts are on your desk for you to assess it, analyze them. How are you going to do it, and what would probably be the outcome of the analysis? Are you going to end up saying it's a bad post, tarnishing the image of the school, or probably something we are doing just for fun and educate people as well? Thank you.
Please.
Okay. Please, my question is to do with communication. Please, during your speech, I heard you said something about communication. I want to ask. Since you said your department is in charge of all the information and communication about this school, I want to ask if some false news gets out there and is probably from your department, but is forced, maybe someone from your department forced the news. So please, I want to know if something can be done about it.
Okay. Please, my question is, since you are from the Department of Public Affairs, Directorate, okay, I want to ask, I've been seeing this crest, or is it logo, online even before I applied to the university. I want to know what it stands for. I can see a bird. I don't know whether it is an eagle, a hawk, or any other bird. And then I can see the Jinyame symbol. Then there is something behind the Jinyame symbol. I don't know whether it is the sea or what. So I would like you to explain everything that is on it to me. Thank you.
So, my question is, I wish my phone was here, my sports phone was here, so that I'll read a message for you. During last year, in the month of November, when the first batch of admissions were released, I had a message. At that time, I haven't gotten admission yet, so I was waiting. And then I had a message that Esedu Princess, and you've been enrolled into University of Cape Coast. And how the message was sent, you could tell that it was a false message. I was trying the hotline. It wasn't going through. So my question is, the numbers you've provided on your website, are they correct or they are wrong?
Okay, let's take this batch of questions and then we'll continue. You are already here. Are you one of them? Okay, then let's take your.
All right, thank you. I am Nuhu Dawuda, become accountant.
Please, Chief, let's finish with this one, then we'll. Are you also coming to ask a question? We'll answer these ones and then we'll go for another set. So go and sit down.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Based on the orientation we had yesterday, we were being cautioned that we should be very careful on the information we share. So we want to know as students, how do we identify legit information and false informations? The second question I would also like to ask again is that what rules is actually governing, the videos some students are taking on, on campus, whereby they actually they are tarnishing the image of the school. What is the rules you people have set that will attract any penalty or any punishment for such students? Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for the questions. I think all the questions that they have asked are very good questions. But this meeting that we are having here now, that is the essence. We are here to see how we can go off those mischievous posts. You know, human beings are different. And most of the people who do these things, they do it just for the mischief of it. And these are things that we keep saying all the time. Most of the time, some of them, we invite them to the office and rebuke them. But I'm saying that now, the decision that management has taken is that we'll go beyond mere rebuke. If you go around circulating false and negative information about University of Cape Coast, we'll deal with you in a very legal and harsh way. So that is why I am here talking to you, so that you know your place. Your place is to study diligently, pass your exams, get your certificate, and go away. It is not for you to be circulating anything. Now, on the university logo, the university logo is a sacred document. It is not for everybody to be using it. If you see the logo on a document, it makes the document authentic. It shows that that document is coming from the university proper. So how on earth can a student also hide in your hall and use the university logo? Are you now the vice chancellor? So it is a no. And all these things we are going to, if for any reason you are doing something and you need the university logo for any official job, then you need to write to public affairs. We assess whatever you are using the logo for, and if we think that the university wants to partner you or want to be part of what you are doing, then we give you the permission to use the logo. Somebody asked about the meaning of the logo, and I'm going to read to you verbatim what is in our book. The coat of arms of the University of Cape Coast consists of a shield upon which is emblazoned in red an Adinkra symbol signifying God's omnipotence. This symbol is superimposed on the lower half of the shield on the background of navy blue and white lines signifying the sea, and in the Upper have a golden eagle with outstretched wings, signifying strength, determination, and excellence. I have done the Bema Baby type of reading. This one I have confessed. The writings are very small for my age. You know, I'm an old man, sort of. So, but I hope I'm clear. In any case, you keep seeing it. It will be reappearing on most of the your this thing. So, is there any question that we haven't handled? I think the last one spoke about how some people called, and then they were not able to get through. There are two things. You know, around that time, everybody is calling. You know that people have issues, and they are all trying to reach us to resolve their issues for them. And also, you know, we are in the developing part of the world, and our infrastructure and facilities are not the best. So it is also possible that on the day that you called, the lines were down. Like yesterday, those of you who were here, you saw that in the evening there was no light. These things happen in our part of the world. But I want to apologize that it wasn't intentional. But the good thing is that even now we are going for a state-of-the-art equipment to resolve all those challenges so that our communication will be easier and more efficient. Unfortunately, our time is up. The good thing about public affairs is that our office is open 24 hours. Anytime you want clarity on anything, just walk in and talk to us. And if you see any post that you are not comfortable, you are not sure of the source, don't post it. Don't continue circulating the false this thing. Draw our attention to it, and then we'll see what we can do about it. I've enjoyed working with you, and I hope I'll see you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Major. All right. So from the schedule, we were supposed to have fire safety. Presentation on fire safety. But we are still waiting for the delegates from the Ghana Fire Service Unit. But whilst we do that, we can jump to the next two items and go to church or mosque. And then have presentation on religious services in the UCC. Like I said, University of Cape Coast is a whole community. We have everything here. And our religious activities are not left out. So let me invite Reverend Professor Kankam Bodu to take us through the next presentation.
Thank you very much for having done the work of John the Baptist, for introducing the denominations. All right. Bonjour. Wassalamu alaikum. Zandazua. Baraka. Oyiwadon. Akpe. your warm reception. I think that for the past 3 whatever days, you have had an important orientation which you allow you get yourself firmed up on our enviable, conducive environment. And I should think that whatever information that is given you, you are taking notice of them. Particularly having heard from the director public, you can then say that it's a privileged information that the rector has offered, and we must go by them. And our life here will be comfortable in that direction. Having said that, I also take this opportunity, all protocols duly observed, to say that on behalf of chaplaincy committee and on my own behalf, I want to add my voice to what has been said by welcoming you to say that you are in another environment that allows you see the beauty of the ultimate reality. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I did say, all protocols are duly observed, and of course, our fresh students, you are most welcome. So I want to use this opportunity to once again welcome all fresh students to our great university, University of Cape Coast, university that is here to get its comparable. I would like to remind you that the University of Cape Coast is the University of Choice in Ghana. So let our hearts and minds be at peace, for you are at the right place and right environment. Fresh students, ladies and gentlemen, though the university is a secular institution, the university clearly recognizes the excellence of God in its affairs. As such, a statutory committee, call it the chaplaincy committee, which operates under the directives and the direction of the academic board, exists in the statute of the university. Let me, at this time, take you through the rudimental philosophy that underpins University of Cape Coast regarding religiosity. Foremost, be told that the mental and the physical development of students should be fostered along with their spiritual development. And of course, spiritual development of students must not be neglected. Dear students, the world, and for that matter, the university, is saying that the personal development of students should be comprehensive and total. Put differently, one can say that a university advocates complete and comprehensive development of students. The student as a human being is composed of body, soul, and spirit. Therefore, his or her mental and physical development should be augmented with his or her spiritual development and well-being. Hello? Is it because you want to offer your offertory? That is why you are clapping. Yes, thank you. So the bowl will be there. Once you are showing appreciation, then the environment will be flooded with so many things. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once you have shown appreciation, I can make my presentation and I can move forward. So, the tenets, in other words, the principles that underpin our philosophy, comprise the following. 1, freedom of worship. That is type and time. There is deep freedom. And then 2, you wait a bit. All these will be explained. And then you begin to appreciate them. Freedom of association with whom you want to associate. And then catering for the spiritual needs of students. And of course, ensuring reasonableness in behavior patterns and manner of worship. That is being responsible in worship and not disturbing others unnecessarily. Now let me walk you through the chaplaincy committee. What is it and how does it operate? The chaplaincy committee a statutory committee established by the statutes of the university, operates under the directives of the academic board. Ladies and gentlemen, the chaplaincy committee assists, and it consists of a chairman, a senior member, elected by the academic board. All these terminologies, you will then, as you journey through, you appreciate them. Just like when you were in your secondary schools, you were calling headmasters. Here, we don't call headmasters. We say vice chancellor, the home, your house mistress and all that. Now we have our house tutors and all that. Your classroom, we don't say classroom, we say lecture theaters. So these are terminologies that as you move on, you begin to appreciate. So the academic board and all that we mentioned, as you get in through, you then begin to appreciate them. These are terminologies and concepts that you need to add to your subconsciousness, and they will help you. So we have the secretary, that is assistant registrar, and then we have the chaplains unit. So chaplains are all ordained reverend ministers. We have imams and sheikhs and some senior members from the various chaplaincies. So at this juncture, let's look at the membership. So then we have the membership of the committee that consists of the following. 1, chairman elected by the academic board, as I've already reiterated. All chaplains of the university, 1 senior member from each chaplaincy, 1 senior staff from each chaplaincy, 1 junior staff from each chaplaincy, and of course, all ordained priests on campus, that is, ordained employees, students, as ex-officio members. We have then assistant registrar for the chaplaincy unit as secretary. But what is the big dream or the function of the chaplaincy committee? Among others, we're stressing that 1, we coordinate all religious activities on campus. We are responsible for the upkeep of the university chapel. We liaise between the religious groups on campus and the university authorities to recommend the approval of chaplaincies as they are formed, and of course to organize joint worship for the whole community on such occasions as may be appropriate, that university community joint worship, which includes matriculations, which includes congregation thanksgiving service, as both Christians and Muslims respectively allowed to be there, and of course carol services and burial services. Now let us look at the university community worship centers. So there are 2 levels of religious activities on campus. The first level has to do with worships or services at this level, which consists of 1, university community joint services, that is for both Christians and Muslims respectively. Matriculation, congregation, thanksgiving service, also for both Christians and Muslims in that direction. Then we have carol, burial, memorial services, that is at 1 level. The second level of worship has to do with the denominational religious group level, and that is where I also want you to pay attention, so you'll be able to identify where to worship and to do what. So this level, which stresses denominational religious group, we have 1, Friday worships and daily prayers for Muslims. On Fridays, inshallah, wassalamu alaikum, we meet there to do that. And then on Sunday worships, so Christians also on Sunday worship. And then we have Saturday worship, then Yom Kippur and all others. So Saturday worship. And along the line, Christians also have midweek services, depending upon where you are affiliating yourself, whether Gamsu, Pensa, and all that. All these things are stressed there for you to appreciate them. But of course, you have religious groups on campus, and let me take time to explain. There are many religious groups on campus, and these groups are organized under 4 chaplaincies. Thus, every organized or duly registered religious group on campus belongs to one of these 4 chaplaincies. The 4 chaplaincies on campus are: 1, the Roman Catholic chaplaincy; 2, the Protestant and Pentecostal chaplaincy committee; we have the Anglican chaplaincy; and of course, the Muslim chaplaincy. Each of these chaplaincies is assigned a chaplain who is responsible for the day-to-day administration of the groups and their rites. So then, we have the Protestant Pentecostal chaplaincy committee as one of the chaplaincies on campus. So the PPCC. The Protestant and Pentecostal chaplaincy committee, which is the largest chaplaincy on campus, comprises various denominations or religious groups from Protestants, Pentecostal, Apostolic, and charismatic. Yes, it means that you are paying attention. That is very good. You have begun on a right noting. It means that everybody is paying attention. That's right. It means you are able to take your notes. Now let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yes. As you are moving, we are appreciating your willingness to write notes, to take notes. It all tells me that you are poised to take your own notes. And for that matter, you are attentive to what the lecturer says and tells you. Good students, you are yet to get your comparable. Get on, go and take it. I can appreciate wonderful things coming out of you. Pick it up. All right. So, with the denomination or religious groups from Protestant, Pentecostal, Apostolic, Charismatic churches, this chaplaincy has Reverend Dr. Benjamin Amoni as its chaplain. Course of time, all these members will be introduced to you and you begin to appreciate their presence. So, recognized or duly registered denomination under the chaplaincy are as follows. We're talking about PPC, Protestants, Pentecostal Chaplaincy Committee. Recognized denominations under PPC are: 1, we have Ghana Methodist Students Union, call them GAMSU. We have the National Union of Presbyterian Students, NUBSG. We have Pentecost Students and Associate PENSA. We have Assemblies of God Campus Ministry, AGCM. And of course, we have National Union of Baptist Students, NUS. We have University Pentecostal Fellowship, NTFL. And then we have Harvest Community Church, HCC. Lighthouse Chapel International, LCI. We have Ghana National Association of Adventist Students, the NAS, the Apostolic Students and Associate APOSA. Then we have Deeper Life Campus Ministry, DLCM. We have Global Evangelical Students and Associate GASEM. And of course, Evangelical Presbyterian Students Union, EPSU. We have Ghana Fellowship of Evangelical Students, GAFES. We have Campus Crusade for Christ International. We have Mass Choir and Mass Theater. We have National Prayer Foundation. We have the University Interdenominational Church, UIC. We have Paris Campus Ministry, PCM. We have International Central Gospel Church Campus Ministry, ICGC. We have Victory in International Students and Associate Visa. And then we have Glorious House of Faith. We have Christ Apostolic Students and Associate GASA. We have the Divine Healers Students and Associates. We have the Lost Pentecostal Students and Associate Ministry, Joyful Way Incorporated. We have Christian Medical Fellowship. We have House of Power Students Union. So in whatever the situation, you should find one of these. And of course, due to inadequate places of worship, The few available facilities are shared by 2 or 3 denominations. For instance, the large letter theater, LLT, is shared by the Methodist, Ghana Methodist Students Union, GAMSU, that is the worship, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then National Union of Presbyterian Students, NUPG, also just after that, we have 8:30, 10:30. Then we have the Anglican chaplaincy. The Anglican chaplaincy, which has Right Reverend Professor Paul Apiasetre as its chaplain, consists of the following denominations. So the chaplaincy, Anglican chaplaincy, we have the National Union of Anglican Students, NUAS, then Church of Christ students. We have these denominations usually meet at the chapel at the old sites. The Roman Catholic chaplaincy, we have the Roman Catholic chaplaincy comprising the following groups and association. 1, Catholic. 1, International Movement of Catholic Students, Pax Romana, Order of Readers. We have Legend of Mary. We have Charismatic Renewal. We have Living Waters, Pasqua, St. Vincent de Paul Society, Knights of the Star, among others. So the Roman Catholic chaplaincy has Father Mark Quenin as its chaplain. And they meet as at Our Lady Seeds of Wisdom Roman Catholic Church new site. I think you have already appreciated the building, just close to us. Then we have the Muslim chaplaincy. Muslim chaplaincy, we are organized into 2 areas. The first one has to do with Ghana Muslim Students Association. And then we have Ahmadiyya Muslim Students Association. So Muslim chaplaincy has Alhaji Professor Ishaku Adam as its chaplain. The Muslim meet on at the UCC Central Mosque just behind Graduate School Hostel. And all these places will be directed in course of time. Available places of worship. Fresh students, wonderful students. University of Cape Coast have one. The University of Cape Coast Chapel, old site, which still we working. And then we have Assembly Hall, old site, opposite Adishi Hall. We have large letter theater, new site. We have University Interdenominational Church, new site. We have the Ladies' Seat of Wisdom, Roman Catholic, also worship there. And of course, Mosque, new site behind Graduate Hostel. We have Cafe Ruthoff, Ascent, Casford Hall, Kwame Nkrumah Hall, JSLC. We have University Junior High School, old sites. So, it must be noted and be told that religious activities are forbidden if they have not been duly registered. Because you have come here, probably your pastor at home just told you that when you can make sure you set up our whatever denomination on campus. You cannot do that on your own. You need to write a letter officially to the chaplaincy committee and we accept it before you assign a place of worship. So you cannot on your own just go and begin to do the hula baba on campus here. You need to be allowed to do that, even though there is freedom of worship, because you want to create harmonious living so there will be no confusion on campus. The committee regulates all these activities, and we want you to also begin to appreciate that so that on your own you don't do things that will create problems for you. So chaplaincy hour, in the quest to satisfy the spiritual needs of members of the university committee, the University Chaplaincy Committee came up with Chaplaincy Hour Chaplaincy Hour, ladies and gentlemen, the program that provides university community with the opportunity to spend quiet and precious moments and are with the Lord, the ultimate reality, during their lunchtime or free hours, among others, so they can communicate and to activate their religiosity on campus. So during chaplaincy hour, the celebrants spend some time, say 20 whatever minutes, for personal prayer for meditation, while the last whatever 30 minutes, whatever, depending upon situation at stake, for brief interpersonal and inspirational word and summary prayer, prayer points for the day. As I'm bringing my presentation to a close, permit me to stress one or two. Colleagues, fresh students, ladies and gentlemen, what we stressing here is that I would like to sound these words of caution or advice to fresh students. 1, every man, woman should know that he or she is elementarily here for academic pursuit. And I want to repeat it. You are here basically academic pursuit, not to pastor a church. Not to pastor a church. You are here for academic pursuit. So be mindful of that. Yes, God has created an environment for you to be here. So you are not the pastor. Seek your academic, and the same Lord who brought you here will make sure that things fall in line. You are not a pastor. You are a student. So be told about that. And for that matter, I am saying that don't be so much engrossed and engulfed, or don't get too busy with religious activities to the detriment of your academic work. Be balanced, and I'm stressing it, be balanced, well composed, since false balance is an abomination to the Lord. And of course, don't duplicate religious activities by joining many religious groups and whatever. It is hazardous, dangerous, detrimental to your academic health. Even as the university permits freedom of worship, it ensures and maintains religious tolerance, harmony, discipline, and therefore will not entertain or tolerate any recalcitrance or indiscipline on the part of religious groups, especially excessive noise making. To this end, all religious groups would strive to achieve moderation on their religious worship or activities. It's very important. You realize that we're enjoying wonderful, conducive environment because both Christians, Muslims, and other religious groups, they will work together. That is why you find our university so inviting for you to learn there. So if you are not adding to it, don't come and take away from it. Let's sustain peace and then peaceful environment that we enjoy here. It's very important. So though you are permitted to exercise your freedom of worship, you are to worship with only, and I want to stress that, only recognize, I'm stressing it, because some people have come with their religion, where they want to practice secretly. Your secret religion has not been registered. That is why I'm taking time out to explain that and to stress that whatever you have brought home to practice here, if you don't write officially for us to assent to it, it cannot be practiced here. And I think you know what I'm stressing here. You are advocates of certain religiosity, and make sure that if you have something like that, come and then we we give you the green light to do that. So, we are saying that you are to worship with only recognized. Thank you very much. Yes. That is the beginning of the journey. Some people are dozing. So you can imagine when your lecture theater. All right. In all things, let us give thanks to God for people to be dozing so that you can create a humorous environment for your learning. So thank you for sleeping at this time of the day. We appreciate your effort for sleeping like that. After this, we will locate you and give you wonderful something. Yes. All right. So I am just bringing it to a close. Just some 2 minutes and I'm done. So we have said that make sure you liaise with the established chaplaincies on campus. And if you want to do something, get the chaplaincy committee informed, and we will allow you operate when we look at our statute and we realize that you are in line with what the university specifies. So every individual, everyone is advised to identify with any of the existing religious groups on campus, and you are also allowed or free to join your religious group in town, if not on campus. But be careful as you're moving out. In any case, try to identify yourself with denominations on campus. Finally, dear students, I would like to state that we, and for that matter, the University Chaplaincy Committee and the university authorities, are not ignorant of the operations of secret societies and occult groups on campus. I would like everyone to know that secret societies and occult practices are not allowed on campus and therefore are forbidden. Any person or group of persons caught in that act would be severely dealt with according to the regulations of the university. So, colleagues, dear friends, the university is committed to the spiritual development of every student and therefore has provided the necessary atmosphere and the needed structure, and of course, infrastructure for this purpose. Our forerunners took advantage of it and went out better equipped for life. Every fresh student here today can also benefit and profit from this provision. Wonderful students, thank you all. Have a fruitful stay in our university. University that is here to get is comparable. University of choice. University that has gone to places rated in all diverse spheres of life and to be seen as the choices of it all. Long live Ghana. Long live University of Cape Coast. And inshallah, may God bless you all. May Allah see you through, and may we enjoy a wonderful stay as you begin your academic career on this noble, wonderful environment. Once again, accept my congratulations.
I don't know if you do it line by line or I should give you the Momo number. Hello? Oh, after the pastor has preached, what next? Hello? Are we on the same page? Okay, I'll put up the Momo number later. All right. Thank you very much, Reverend. Please, the floor is open for questions, comments, and what have you. We are taking just three questions.
Please, I want to know.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Kwame Nkrumah.
You are?
Kwame Nkrumah. Please, I want to know if deliverances are accepted in the university.
If what?
Deliverances. And the second question.
Okay.
And the second question is, the certificates that are awarded to the chaplaincy board. I want to know the opportunities those certificates can create.
Okay. So, so certificates.
Thank you so much, Reverend Professor. In your presentation,
who are you? I'm
Francis.
Peter, I know. Francis, Paul, I know. Who are you?
Francis Anyaka.
Okay.
Become accountant.
Mijo. Miejolo. Go ahead. Let's go.
In your presentation, you made it clear that.
It's clear.
Yeah.
Once it's clear, why do you ask questions? Anyway, go ahead.
There is freedom of worship.
Yes.
And I do believe that anything we do minus God or Allah or our object of worship is equal to zero. And I also believe that faith without action is also equal to zero. And if
all right, be snappy so we can get time for other presentations, okay?
Okay. So, in the time I am trying to study, and someone is trying to disturb me with their prayers, and I go to the person to negotiate with the person that he or she is disturbing my peace, and the person tells me that he has the freedom to worship, what should I do?
Should I go? You can.
Okay. Please, I'm Sam. And my question is...
You are who?
Sam.
Is that what you're writing? Is that what is on your admission letter?
Yes, please.
Sam, just Sam.
Nana or Sam.
So who should call you Nana? It's on admission letter.
Yes, please.
So Nana.
Yes.
Yao,
please.
Sam.
Sam.
So Sam is your surname.
Yes. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So my question is to those pastors they have made themselves, let's say pastors, quote, going around or say I'm a pastor, I can do this for you, you get first class, whatever. Please. And they are deceiving people too. Okay. So they come around, oh, I can pray for you or do this for you and you'll be a first class student.
Okay.
So you can give me or some 500 cedis and let me pray for you.
Okay.
Bring your laptops and let me pray for you. And they turn out to deceive people and take it away. So what can be done about that one? And my second question is, please, this is very dear to my heart.
So the first one was unnecessary. Okay, so I'll handle the dear one to your heart.
It's all important. Please, this one is in relation to, especially when we are on our various halls. I don't know whether these prayers, warriors or group, they target the time that you see that you are enjoying your sleep. Then they come around, they'll try to, please, I don't know. Is it by force?
Okay, thank you. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, be snappy. Ask questions that are dear to your heart. Just straight to the dearest one.
Yeah, I have the dearest one, please. Mine is a concern, though, I think is pretty matches with what my brother just said about the prayers we used to have at the hall levels at dawn. I think
prayers
they used to have at the hall levels at dawn every day. I don't know if Sunday is omitted, but they've not had it on Sunday yet.
Okay.
You know, I see you being part of the chaplaincy. I see you are the right person to complain.
That is why we are here.
Yeah. So the concern is that why don't we bring a certain order that they should also do as the denominations do, know their members, so that they can wake only their members up during that period. Not coming to stand in the middle of your sleep, waking everybody up. Meanwhile, it's not everybody who is having the zeal to join them. So they should have that order, know their members, wake only their members up, and the people who are willing to join. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So,
thank you, sir. Please, I'm David Stete. Sir, please, I'm not here to ask a question, but to try and just rectify what Mr. Sam came to do here.
You do what?
Try to rectify something he was saying. Asking, will it be granted to me?
You to rectify.
Asking to
on what basis are you rectifying? Who are you?
Sir, no, I'm trying.
Ask your question. Do you rectify?
Sir,
are you a counselor?
Sir, sorry for that. Not asking.
Ask your question. Probably your question will determine the direction, whether it is ratification or something else. Just ask your question. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, the Bible itself was saying, "I do not touch my anointed." So I was trying to point on something that if he sees anybody coming in, so actually you can't. So actually, he pointing out that others coming to say that you get good grades, this and that. So I'm not trying to degrade what he's saying. So, but since he has he's not having the eyes of this.
All right, thank you very much. It's becoming interesting. Thank you. So, because he hasn't got the eye, you should just allow. Is that what you're saying? Okay, go ahead, sister.
I'm Victoria Muzu. My question is, if you want to register a certain denomination and you write a letter to the this chaplaincy board, how long does it take for you to get your report?
So, okay, how long? All right, thank you. All right, let me start from the bottom. How long does it take if you want to register? Letter written. Okay. How long is relative? Relative in the sense that we'll have to look at some modalities, investigate, find out whether you meet the requirements. So it can be tomorrow, next week, whatever. But it happens when you have done the writing. So who are the paid, how many, what are your focus, your purpose, all these things will be scrutinized. So when you have gone through them and the committee is satisfied, within the shortest possible time, you'll be invited for letter to be issued. So there's no cause for alarm, except that come and then see chaplaincy with your letter, and the rest will follow. I know that you are coming with a group. May God help you that you are going to evangelize people on campus. Thank you. Yes, I want to talk about the ratification that the brother was stressing that then. Oh, you want to? Let me finish with this because so many things, but working on the same point. wake up members, so there should be ratification. As much as possible, we'll try to talk with chaplaincy and then hallers to make sure that they do not disturb. So these things are in place. Having said that, it does not imply that if somebody is praying, you then wake up to fight him or her. No. That is why we have authorities and structures in your halls. So we report and then we know what to do. Much as we want to appreciate that at your level, probably nuisance, whatever, they sometimes help you because you oversleep. So once you hear that somebody, wake up, talk to your maker, that also helps you to be on guard. In all this, we make sure that there is harmony in your halls. So relax. You have just come. And we are putting structures in place so that you enjoy your stay. That is why UCC is the choices of, we understand and we appreciate your comments and we work at them. So, my brother, I have ratified your situation for you, for ratification. The other issue has to do with, yes, waking members up and also enjoying is it your sleeping, etc. And somebody say, wake up. Yes, do not be anxious. What do you do? Yes, it's good for the propagation, but we also tell members to also make sure that they don't disturb us, will create problems for others. But in all this, let us leave concert. We have structures and channels that you can communicate and liaise with authorities. And we are there to support the system. So relax. Things are there for you. Yes. Let me talk about the deception of pastors. And it has not started here. And I know why you are stressing. Even at your SSS, some people were coming around to say that to get your 4 A's, 5 A's, 6 A's, etc., go and sleep in the cemetery, do this and all that. Bring your laptop and then bring your handkerchief, bring your pen that you'll be using to write. Bring them and I'll stamp on it. I'll pray over them. Please, be innocent as what? And be wise as. So, some of these questions have been answered by you asking. Bring your laptop. Before, say, close your eyes. Before you are aware, laptop cannot be found and the man is nowhere to be. So, those people, allow God to lead you. And how does he lead you? If you get firm up in your Christian maturity. Some of these things, when they come, you say, this one, that your laptop should be brought, so I pray for your laptop. The laptop is the human being working for you. Bring your pen. So we'll make sure that thing. So you must be on your own guard and ignore some people. This is not the first time that people are doing this. And once you have heard some of these things, when they come, please be mindful of these activities so that you can stay put. Don't allow them to cheat you. But I would admonish that take some time out to also do some reflections, play, and God will see you through. So don't allow your persuades and CDs given to you by parents for just a night, somebody coming to take it. And they are not pastors, only your laptop. Sometimes they will come to ladies to say that, I will do this for you. And within the shortest possible time, the one that you are moving with will come and say, yes, now I am ready for you. So bring this, 5 CDs, bring your white handkerchief and all that. God has, he has a way of helping you. So what I'm stressing is that, a man for and 3 in your 8. Are you getting the point? There is somebody out there, he will see it you. So be careful. There are so many people, not only on campus here. Even when you go to market to buy your tomatoes, there are people around who will deceive you. Be careful the way people come in that other colors to deceive you. Be careful. Harmonious living. And that is the hallmark of UCC. Freedom of worship do. So once you have freedom of worship, it doesn't mean that when somebody, you are a roommate, then you start early in the morning, roommate, you have 4 or 5 in the room, then you alone, hula baba. If you think you want to pray hula baba, just get out and then pray. If you question, if you don't take it, he will tag you as being satanic. Intina, o can was empty, o number knows where you obey for on purpose, on pempire. No, don't disturb. Don't disturb. God has a way of listening. You can pray hula balloon, or silently you can reflect. Or if you like, you can even move out and then be praying at that level. But in your movement, find out where are you going to pray. If you don't take it, by the time you finish, somebody has captured you and has kidnapped you somewhere. So look at the environment. In any case, we have security around, but don't disturb your roommates. So that you say that he's a witch or wizard. No, don't do that. Certificates, what is the benefit? No wonder. And I wasn't surprised. Somebody said, but we have left all these things to come and follow you. What are we going to get? So we, with your background, we have come, so chaplaincy, our certificate, what's the need? One, if you are writing your testimonial or if you are writing your CV, okay, curriculum, whatever, then it is found that once upon a time you were part of this group, you were a leader, a president. That alone gives us the platform that at least you have tasted waters before, so we can allow you champion. So it's a benefit. It's a benefit because then that is your previous knowledge. We have that one. So it's good you have it. It will support you one day and all that. Deliverances, and I will those things, your church, your denomination will decide on that. You cannot. You don't have any certificate. So don't stand in the hall and say, I'm delivering you. It's your denomination in concert with people around who organize all deliverances. But I'm not saying that the deliverance, all of you, all those who need to be delivered, that can be done when you are in a church and the pastor, after having finished with the preaching, say altar call and you come. That one is your church and it's been done at home. I get never, but you don't go and stand Vaco Hall, Atlantic Hall, all those who need deliverance, come and let me deliver you, because the hand of God is upon me. Allow this to be done at your various churches and all that. There are so many questions to be asked. But for now, let me say that you are in safe hands. Once you have allowed Christ and Allah, inshallah, to be at the center stage of your life, all other things will fall. As we are at the old site. And then your various chaplains will also help you with questions that probably for time we couldn't respond to also add to your request. On that note, I want to say merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Ake Baraka Medamasi. Yebese Shebu. Wezolo Mijolo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Colleagues, do you have the student's handbook? Okay. We play by the rules of the game. It's simple. At page 38, you'll find under subsection 15, noise on campus. I'm reading the third paragraph. Members of the university committee and the general public are hereby reminded that noise making anywhere on the campus, including study centers, is prohibited at all times. Prohibition. That is the rule. Occasional checks will be conducted to ensure compliance, but the Office of the Dean of Students is also ready to accept what complaints. Let us resist the oppressor's rule. If you love me, you will not hurt me. Respect me as a being. If I need to rest, let me rest. If you want to go to Mankama, go to Mankama and spend the rest of the days there. There is God, yes, I believe there is God. He works, he saves through Christ. But for you to come and disturb my peace of mind, where is that love coming from? Let us stop that. Hannah prayed, Nehemiah prayed. Did they make those noises? Is that not the same Bible? You see, and he even assures you, before you call, I would even answer. So why do you pretend as if you are the audacious person when you are empty? So the rule is there. So for those who are doing it, they are infringing upon this. You are there, put it into writing, tell the hall master, the hall warden, the hall managers, and let us take action. The system must work. Let me repeat, the system must work. So the noise making should be a thing of the past. If you go to Rwanda, I don't want to use a stronger word, like you won't have it there. You sleep in Rwanda, Kigali, you enjoy your sleep. At dawn, you can meditate better because no person makes that noise. In that country, they say never again. So please, let us give Mother Ghana, our colleagues in the various halls, that calmness in this academic environment. You know why theses can't cross? Have you noticed? The theses can't cross. There are some places theses can't go there. It's because we're in an academic environment. If you're a commercial driver, you take the other route. Private cars can cross and go to some other places. Because it's what an academic environment. That's what we want you all to have. So report them, draw the attention to it, and let the system handle the noise making.
Okay, so at this point, I believe you realize that all that the various presenters have been talking about can be found in these two books. Is there anybody who doesn't have these two books? The student handbook and then the academic programs and policies and regulations and all that. You don't have it. Please, ushers, please help us make sure each and every student takes copies of these two policy documents before they leave here. Yes, because they are supposed to read cover to cover. This is your constitution. This is your Bible that you'll be living with. So, whenever you fall culprit of any offense, we refer you to the policy documents, and you have no excuse to say that you are not aware, because ignorance of the law is what? Hello, is what? Okay, so make sure you grab a copy before you leave here. Everything we are talking about here is here. All right. Our next presentation will be on energy conservation. It will interest you to know that the university is paying over 1.5 million Ghana cedis only on electricity. Hello? Only on electricity. Every month. Only on electricity. The electricity you have been using in your halls of residence, in the lecture room, here, the air conditioning you are enjoying and all that. That's how much the university spends on electricity every month. You would come and share with you some tidbits. But that tidbits, you will not realize it's important today because you are in the halls of residence. But tomorrow or next year, when you move out to the diaspora, the private hostels, that is when you begin to see the importance of what the gentleman who is about to speak spoke about. So, if I were you, I would listen attentively, jot the points he will be giving, and then it will take you far. Hello? All right, so we would invite Engineer Benedict Adoyeboah to take us through issues of energy conservation on campus.
Thank you, Alabi. Good morning. Deputy Registrar Chair, allow me to also step into the established protocols and then welcome our fresh men and women to University of Cape Coast, university of choice. Yes, we are still the #1 university in Ghana, numero uno in West Africa, and number 7 in Africa. Consider yourselves as privileged, and I'd like to welcome you warmly. All right. So part of what we do here on the university campus for fresh students like you is to induct you into a culture of ours, energy conservation. We believe that by conserving energy, it will better a lot as students, as teachers, government institutions, everybody alike. But before we go right into this presentation, I'll tell you quickly in the course of the presentation why energy conservation is so important to all of us here at the university especially. We will tell you the benefits and then the take home that you can use and practice in your daily activities. Okay. All right. Gentlemen, please slide. So, what's energy? For those of us who took our integrated sciences seriously, it's basically the capacity to do work. Okay? And all the forms of energy that we have can be subdivided into just 2 forms. They are either potential or kinetic energy. Okay? So the potential is the energy stored. Kinetic is the energy that is obtained by any object moving, any particles or subatomic particles. So the various energy are the thermal, mechanical, electrical, magnetic, nuclear, and what have you that you have here. Okay, but during your stay here at the University of Cape Coast, you'll be using more of the electrical energy. What's the other name for electrical energy? Who can tell me? The other name for electrical energy? Yes. It is also called the electricity. Electricity. Okay? All right. We also obtain all these energies from 2 main sources. The sources are either renewable or non-renewable. All right? So if they are renewable, it simply means that you cannot exhaust them. We can't exhaust them, no matter how we use them. Unfortunately, that is not what we're using now. Globally, we all depend on non-renewable energy. This also simply means that they are finite, meaning that we can exhaust them. If you are not careful about the way we go about using them and we waste them, future generations will not come to meet them. Meanwhile, we haven't really come around a solution such as that we can rely on and then ignore these non-renewable energies. Please pay attention to the oil, the coal, and then the natural gas. I'll be referring to them as fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. I'm sure you've heard of that, probably. But these are the energy sources that are classified as fossil fuels. Nuclear is nuclear, but coal, oil, and natural gas are all fossil fuels. All right. So, we know the electricity is ubiquitous. What we mean by that is you cannot do anything in this modern era without electricity. We all agree, don't we? Yes. So I would like any of you, I have a gift for you, to just tell me what you can do without electricity. Anything you can do without electricity. Who can tell me? Yes? Anyone to volunteer? Anything you can do without electricity? Yes, gentlemen. Who can also tell me one here? Anything you can do without electricity? Sleeping. Can you sleep in heat? It's not true, chair. It's not true. There is something called quality sleep. And in Kunkranda, when you sleep in heat, it is in Kunkranda. Yes, gentlemen.
Please, you can do tree planting without electricity.
Hey, Akwe. He's right, isn't it? Yes. But do we do tree planting every day of our lives? All right. So we refer to things that we do every day that does not involve electricity. Eating. What will you be eating? Bankun. Oh, but you know, Bankun, when you go to the mill, you understand? When you go to the mill to mill the ebro, you use electricity, don't you? Not all of them. The one you ate last week, was it sent to the mill or not? There you are. So basically, thank you for your contributions. Basically, what we are saying is that electricity is so important to all of us. Let's look around us. The air conditioner you are enjoying, even though you are still fanning yourself, it's because of your nama. Don't worry. The fans, the lights, this PA system with which I'm audible to all of you. From far there you can hear me. They are all made possible because of electricity. Should there be an outage right now, what will happen? Everything, pandemonium is setting. So electricity is so important. Now, clean potable water. Who can tell me the correlation between water and electricity? You see, even the taps, the water that flows from our taps at our various halls, rooms, houses, wherever we come from, are made possible because of electricity. Do you know why? At the headworks, which we usually call the waterworks, you do find a lot of machineries, huge motors. Now, after treatment, these huge motors will pump them. For those of you in Accra, the headworks are only situated where? At Weja. And you can still get water right from wherever you are, out of Angkor, thereabouts. So it tells you that there are a lot of electricity at play by powering these equipment, pumps specifically to get water to your homes. So, having said all this, what is energy conservation? Energy conservation, what is it? Why do we even bother? We'll get to that shortly. But it's simply the decision to use energy. The decision. It's a decision you have to take that I would like to use less energy to achieve the same results or carry out the same activity. Okay? So, the practice of using less energy. Please repeat after me. The practice of using less energy. All right. Now, this motive is driven by two, if you like, points. The first is to lower our utility costs, and then the impact on the environment. Okay? We'll explain that in due course of the presentation. Charlie? Yeah, they are checking. So, why? So, for the environmental bits, you see, in Ghana, most of us would think that when Akosombo and then the Bui dams are not working, probably that's when we begin to have this Tvucc crisis, all right? I want to assure you by this that isn't really the case. That isn't really the case because hydro only cater for 38% of our energy requirements in this country. 61% is by thermal. And then a paltry 1% for renewable energy sources. That's nothing to really write home about. So the Tvucc we're experiencing these days is just because of shortage of what? Gas, natural gas, which forms part of the fossil fuels that we use in powering our thermal plants. So it means that the demand on these thermal plants are so huge. The demand on the fuel sources, which is the fossil fuel to power these plants, is in dire need. All right? Now, these thermal plants, when they are committed daily, by we not switching off or practicing energy conservation, it means that lots of them would have to be committed during peak periods. It means that peak periods simply refer to the times everybody is at the hall cooking, listening to music. That's the time that our consumption are at the highest. And the reserve thermal plants are all committed during this period. But if you can all stagger our loading such that whilst I'm cooking, my colleague is not really cooking, she is doing something less energy intensive and all that, then we can bring the peak periods a bit down, and then the energy that we use will also consequently go down. Okay? Now, these thermal plants have a way of impacting the environment, because as they burn, they produce these carbon emissions. And the carbon emissions have a way of impacting the environment. We all have heard of the climate change, global warming. The soot or the carbon emissions that we're seeing there have a way of impacting the environment such that we even fall sick. Some of the congenital diseases, cancers, have been linked. That is why they are prevalent in the industrialized nations. They've been linked to the production of these carbon emissions. So it is our responsibility, collective, globally, to ensure that whilst they are fighting it over there, we also play our part here. Okay? All right. So what are the top benefits? We are looking at to help the environment. That is the reasons I promised you earlier. And also to prolong the existence of these fossil fuels. Because really, assuming we are not getting fuel to power these generators, remember, I've told you that our energy needs are such that the Akosombo and the Bui dams alone cannot cater for us. We will be in serious wahala. Like by now, we will just be on, I think, we'll just open the whole place and then we'll give everybody fan instead of the student's handbook. We'll get you a fan to be fanning yourselves. Because to even get fuel into the generators would be impossible or near impossible. Okay? So we want to also prolong the existence of these fossil fuels, because if you don't change our ways, the rate at which we're using them, they will soon be exhausted. And then we also save money. We also save money because here at the university, the monthly bill is around 1.6 million cedis. That's huge. That's a whole lot of money that can be used to do a lot of things for the students. Okay, so when you help the environment, unlike what we have down there, it's quite sad. Yes, we can also prolong the existence of fossil fuels so that we don't plunge ourselves into such a crisis where we have lanterns to study. That's not something we do here at the University of Cape Coast. So, entreat you guys to ensure that you minimize your wastage whilst you're here. Yes, we've talked about this. We also lower the electricity bills. And then, let's look at the ways by which you can conserve energy. I think that's the most critical point here. All right. So, let's use energy efficient and smart appliances. At this point, I'd like to tell you that for those of you who had, I'm sure your elder siblings gave you some irons to bring here. We don't want it here, eh? Get new ones. Get energy efficient irons. When you go back to your halls, I'm sure the hall assistants over there would be checking your gadgets to see if they are really energy efficient. Okay? The fridges you bring in, your microwave ovens, as much as possible, if they are smart and they are energy efficient, that's something we would want to encourage here. Okay? For instance, I remember one time I left my electric iron on. Fortunately, it was a smart iron. After 3 minutes, if it doesn't sense that it is ironing, if it doesn't sense any movement, it cuts off, even though it's plugged in. That's the kind of iron you use. Okay? I have a friend who left his food on, but fortunately, it was a smart cooker. He connected to it at work, and he put them off. These are stuff that are available that ensure that we minimize our energy usage. Okay? All right. Here. We are all guilty of this, aren't we? We leave our phones on charge overnight. It's really a bad practice. Don't charge at night. Tell your friend, don't charge at night. You all charge at night. See their faces. All right. So it is always better. Research shows that it is always better to charge your phone at 80%. When you are asleep and you charge it, you overcharge it. Don't you know that? Yes, you overcharge it. So try as much as possible. Find time during the day and charge your phone. It's a routine. I know you're all glued and addicted to your phones. Break that shackles off. Instead of you going for deliverance like Prof said, I think you should be going for deliverance to alleviate you from the shackles of phones. All right. So as much as possible, don't charge your phone on your bed. It represents a hazard, okay? It presents a hazard such that it can burn your room, assuming you are elsewhere and you use these China phones, and they are very common with you guys. Yeah, China phones, especially the boys. China, yeah, it's all right. What I'm saying is that don't charge your phones on the bed, okay? Find a hard surface and place them on, all right? Yeah. We all sense that some of the phones, when they are getting old, they heat up so much when you are charging them. Placing them on a bed can present a hazard. Okay, fire risk. All right. Let's iron in bulk. Okay, let's try. Iron for the week. Cook for the week. Yeah, I know. But try as much as possible. Iron for the week. Okay. As for ironing, you can do that. Okay. Your casual wears, just iron them for the week so that you don't put the iron on every single day. Every single day. All right? It's also another way of saving electricity here on campus. Okay? This is a time when you remember you have a singing voice. Only when you are taking your bath. Please, as much as possible, don't sing in the bathroom. Get in, get out. Most of the guys, I know, you even pretend you just took your bath. You go in there, you spy, and then you come out. You pretend you are cleaning your faces. It's all right. You are conserving water for us. We thank you. So please, as much as possible, let's not sing in shower, all right? And then let's conserve water each time you are brushing our teeth. Let's use glass. A glass of water, brush your teeth. If you need probably extra water, you open the tap. Let's not open the tap running and then whilst we are brushing our teeth. Okay, you don't pay water bill, please. Yes, sir. You will soon pay anyway. So yes, the idea is to conserve electricity, and we know the linkage between electricity and water, right? Yes. So another one. As a well-bred person, okay, when you see any of these things, you need to report. The moment you go past these things and it doesn't really tickle you that I should go and report, know that you have a very bad attitude. It is your responsibility. You have a duty of care to report these things as you find them. It doesn't matter whether your roommate has reported. When you get to the hall assistant's desk, report. Report. When you find anything that is not too proper in your rooms, report. When you go to the shower, the WCs, they are leaking, report. If you cease to report, or you don't report at all, grade yourself. You are not a well-bred person, and you are not a responsible person. And I believe that here at the University of Cape Coast, part of your take-home will be to become responsible citizens. Our president said we shouldn't be spectators, So don't be a spectator. Partake in the development of the country. All right. You see the one on the top right corner. I don't know how the person can make an ice block, assuming he or she requires ice block for something. Okay. When you have a fridge like this, I want to assure you that with a fridge like this, nothing gets done. Okay. Let's defrost them so that they are more efficient. When you see ice this way, it doesn't mean your fridge is powerful. You are wasting electricity. And the temperature here can't be cooler than the one that is well defrosted. Okay? Let's pay attention to these things. This is not the way to go. Let's defrost them. Every 2 weeks, let's defrost our fridge. But mind you, I mentioned smart appliances. Smart fridges, the moment frosts are building up, there is something in them that will kick in and then will defrost the fridge for you. So go for smart systems, and then if you don't have that means, please defrost your refrigerators periodically. And this sort of thing we are also guilty of. We know we've taken that last bite, yet we are looking for it in the fridge. So let's decide on what we really want. Pick it, close the fridge. Okay. There was a friend who complained bitterly about electricity. He claims he was paying about 700 cedis a month. So I went there, tried to do a small energy audit for him, and I realized that the seals around the fridge was broken. So it means the fridge was actually acting like an air conditioner. Meanwhile, it's not even an effective one. Okay, so see how much, and that's been happening for the past a year or so. So we want to encourage you, pay attention to the seals around your fridge. Ensure that your fridge door closed properly. Okay, and then decide before you open it. All right. Yes, let's make conscious effort. If you are feeling sleepy, put off the AC, put your phone aside, put off your radio, and then sleep. Enjoy a good sleep. Okay, all right. And so any equipment that's not in use, that you know you're not going to use them, either you are leaving the room or you are sort of feeling sleepy, just put them off. When you wake up, the things will still be there. All right, okay. So let's make it a habit. Each time we are leaving our halls, rooms, lecture theaters, where have you, if you are the last person, make it a habit. It is your duty, your responsibility to ensure that you put all the appliances off. Nobody will come from your house to come and put them off. Please, it is you. You are the last person there. Those appliances were on because of you. As you leave, ensure you put them off. And each time you enter a space, just make that conscious effort. Find out where these things can be, put off. It is our responsibility as well. Okay, all right. And then the last one, some of us, when we are leaving for lectures or we simply going out, we leave our fans on, thinking that it will cool our rooms. Please, it wouldn't. Let's put them off. It wouldn't. The fan will only circulate what gets into the room. Rather, open your blinds, push your windows, your curtains aside, allow fresh air, allow fresh light or natural light to come into the room. Apart from the energy saving bits, they also have what we call the health benefits. Okay, they also have health benefits. So as we take these small steps, in concluding, it is my hope that you will be living an energy conscious lifestyle, become energy conservationists at last, and then see energy conservation as a responsibility. It is a responsibility, a global one that Ghana has agreed to. Most nations like Ghana have all agreed to it. It is a global responsibility. It is a responsibility for me and you. Let's all play our part. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer. Please, we would open the floor for 2 or 3 questions. If you know you have a question, put up your hand. Come forward. Hello. Is there any question for him? Okay. Okay. And the last one. Where is he? Owen. Aha, he's coming. All right. Kwame Nkrumah, let's go.
Please, as a tabletop electrician, if I've noticed a power leakage in my room, can I repair it?
Tabletop electrician. Oh, okay. Please.
I said as a tabletop electrician, if I've noticed a power leakage in my room, can I?
If we are to raise our calls, we must make sure our phones are fully charged. If we are to cook, we must make sure we make use of electricity. So with this emphasis, we want to know or whether if there is any other source of electricity that is on campus or yet to be implemented. Thank you.
Please, my question is about reporting for fault appliances. Please, in case I found any fault appliances and I report to the respective authority and no action has been taken about it, please, will I be held responsible or they will be held responsible? And please, it seems like if these fault issues have been reported, for instance, 3 days ago, our room bulb was
fused out.
Yes. I said. So please, I reported it to the necessary authority, but since then, I've been in this darkness. You can see my color have changed.
All right. Let me take the last guy's comment. Yes. Whether the faulty appliance that we just identified is in your room or along your daily route, please report to your hall assistant. Okay? And then it is incumbent on the hall assistant to ensure that your issues are addressed. Please report to the hall assistant. If forthcoming, if he isn't forthcoming, report. We have a system in place, and I do believe each hall has what do you call it, a reserve for all the materials that you require to get the hall functioning properly. So I'm really surprised that, or maybe it's just one of the lots. Fortunately for us, you're the only one with that report, but please report and insist on getting it fixed. Okay, thank you, if I've answered your question. ECG, dependency. At the University of Cape Coast, we rely on ECG. We also have backup generators for all the academic areas and then the administrative areas as well. So be rest assured, when there is an outage, we always have a backup to ensure that teaching and learning goes on smoothly. So that is that. Tabletop man. Tabletop electrician, please, you are here to study and only so. Even if you are a genius or an inventor, you were not really admitted into the university to tend to those issues. So just report them. Okay, just report them. If you don't, oh, okay. So I've just been drawn to the fact that the tenancy agreement, also in their handbooks, I believe, you've even signed, stipulates that under no circumstances must you touch those appliances. Okay? Don't do it yourself. Just report to the appropriate authorities and they'll get it sorted out for you. All right? Okay. If you don't and you get electrocuted, oh yes, yes, the university will be, magnanimous enough. We'll send you a coffin, and then also free transport, I believe. We'll take you to your hometown and then we'll go and bury you. So please, don't touch these things, okay? Especially the electrical appliances, plumbing, those stuff. Don't touch them. Report. Our hall assistants are very good at tackling your concerns. Please. All right? All right. So I think we're done. Another question.
Sir, please, when you were talking, you said that when there is power outage, generator will be fixed for teaching and learning to go on. Is it so? My question is it that the generators are only there for teaching and learning for at the lecture theaters, or it is both for the hall and because our hall, no.
Which hall are you? Superannuation. Oh, come on. You see your own colleagues. Maybe you haven't taken the pain to find out. Superannuation, you do have generators, okay? Most of the halls, in fact, all the halls, I believe, sir. Yes, but the generator works. Oh yes, the generator works. The generator works. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the generator works for all the halls. If by some reason you didn't find them coming on to alleviate the outage within the period, we're sorry. I'm sure it's a technical hitch, just as the whole country is full of technical hitches. So it's something that we shall address promptly. You said superannuation, right? I'll take note of that and find out why that generator did not come on. It's our wish that you'll be very comfortable here. And then as we aim to make you comfortable, you also play your part to conserve the energy. Don't say because you don't pay bills, you use energy anyhow. We are just entreating you. Okay? Be lawful citizens, be responsible citizens. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Ben. Please, let's do it for him better. Okay, so some of these concerns, that's why we have your reps. That's why we have the Student Representative Council, that is the SRC. Even when you were not students, they were fighting for you people. Hello? Even when you were not part of us, they were fighting for you people. Do you know why? Hello? Do you know why I'm saying this? Who can tell me why I'm saying this? Okay.
So after the payment of the school fees, when the accommodation fee was released, so we were told to hold on for the payment. So I learned they were fighting so that they will reduce the accommodation fee, which was back to 966 Ghana cedis.
Please, let's give it to him. So even when you were not members, they were fighting for you. There's a component of your fees that covers their dues. So automatically, the moment you accept the admission the university offered you, you become a member of the SRC. So as you sit here, they owe you a responsibility. So they will give us I'll introduce them here. They will tell you all their programs, outline and everything, how to seek for what help. And then we would probably bring the day to a close. I mean, the first part of the program to an end. But before I introduce them, don't forget that we are going for the campus tour at 1 p.m. Hello? Yes, the campus tour is at 1 p.m. We all, after the break, we will come back here and then we do the groupings and tell you how the modalities is going to be like. So take notice of it. If you have a health issue that you think you cannot join, you may excuse yourself. But if you think you don't have any health issue, don't eliminate yourself from this exercise. Like I said yesterday, if you come to ask me where MIS is located, because you cannot register, or when you register, the courses are not appearing and all that, I will not mind you, because I will know that you were not at the orientation, or you were not paying attention, or didn't partake in the campus tour. All right, so take notice of that. School of Business students, you are meeting tomorrow at 10 p.m. Faculty of Arts, 10 a.m., sorry. Faculty of Arts, you are meeting at SKA Japan, 8 to 10. Social Sciences, you are meeting at NEC, this same place, 1 p.m. School of Economics, SKA Japan, 10 a.m. Yes, you see this cloth I'm wearing? Hello? I'm not talking about this part too, I'm talking about this part. Yeah, you see this cloth I'm wearing? It's for our School of Business. Each and every student of our school will be given a copy. Hello? Will be given a piece, let me put it that way. And then you see the cloth my boss is wearing. If you can kindly, exactly. Have you seen the cloth he's wearing? That is our college cloth. We usually celebrate the college week in the course of the semester. And that is the cloth we use. And one thing you must also take notice of it is that for our college, I don't know what happens in the other colleges, but I will speak for my college. For our college, whenever we are having a program, everybody is included. It's compulsory for everybody. So if you don't have the cloth and we are having the program, it means you will have to stay away. And if you stay away, the provost can take you on. Hello? So make sure you get a copy. A piece goes for 30 cedis. So if you get 2 years, it should be enough for you to sew your dress or your shirt, and then you wear it nicely. For the School of Business, to be given to you as part of your package by the UCAPs. So you don't have a copy. Everybody will get a copy. Somebody's asking where they can get copies, pieces to buy. If you go for the campus store, they will show you where our college is located. And if you go to the provost office, you'll get a piece for yourself. Make sure you get a copy and a piece. Okay, I'm told we have also sent pieces to the faculty accountant, the faculty accountant. So if you go to your faculty accountant, you should be able to get pieces to buy for yourself, and you sew. If you don't go early, it will get finished. You have to wait for the next consignment, and it takes time. Hello? All right, so that said, let me introduce your SLC executives to you, and then they will take over from here for 20 minutes. They promised me they will do just 20 minutes. Okay, they said you should make it 30 minutes. You said? Or 40? Okay, so 20 minutes. All right. So, Presido, please.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, our distinguished students, good morning. All right, good afternoon. Please, let's kindly exercise patience. The SRC, we are here to address you for a very short period, and we'll be out of here. Thank you. So, a quick exercise. Raise your hand if you've ever dreamed of being part of this university experience. Kindly raise up your hand. All right. So, welcome, future change makers and potential pioneers of our university. I am Vincent Kuju Siabi, the president of the UCC SRC, and I'm here with the public relations officer, Abdul Isifu Bakodima. The SRC is the official mouthpiece and organ that represents junior members of the university. Here in the university, we have junior members and senior members. Junior members comprising of the students' body. It is the main organ that seeks to promote the socio-educational welfare of students through the organization of student-centered programs to complement the academic journey that you're embarking on. The SRC has structures and systems that it works with. We have the executive board, the executive council, the parliamentary board, the judicial board, and the local NUC secretariat that all come together to seek to your welfare and to advocate for matters of student interest. We operate from an office, and our office is located at the campus broadcasting service behind Tvucc and KNH Hall. The SRC as an organ do not only speak, but there are a lot of things that we do to ensure that the welfare of students is protected and preserved. This is our 61st year as an SRC, and throughout all these 61 years of advocating for students, there are a number of projects that the SRC has embarked on. One of it that you all know and are aware of is the shuttle stations where you pick your buses. This was solely funded from the SRC dues. The summer hut you see on campus was built by SRC. The sports complex where you'll be having your freshers games was also put up by the SRC. We have an SRC canteen behind the Samjona Library where I think during the campus tour you'll be seeing. There are a lot of walkways on campus which were financed by the SRC. Our major project that the SRC has embarked on is the building of the SRC Hall, which we started in the year 2001 and finished 10 years later. Now, this hall is the biggest traditional hall accommodating most of us. And so the SRC, apart from just talking and advocating for you, has also taken steps, pragmatic ones of course, to ensure that certain structures are put in place for student safety and academic well-being. Our activities as an SRC. There are numerous activities that the SRC embarks on. But simply put, there are ones that will promote your education and your academic well-being. One of it is an entrepreneurial drive, one that my administration is going to start, the 61st administration of the SRC. We are going to have the SRC Entrepreneurial Skill Academy. We believe that as students, we did not only buy forms to come and learn BSc Econs and leave, and after the 4 years, not knowing where to go. We think that in this contemporary world that we are, there is a need for us to equip ourselves as students so that we become multifunctional, where a student will finish his BSc Economics and be having a skill training in, let's say, photography and videography. That in as much as you are looking for your work in that particular field, you can be doing something for sustenance. Most of the people you see here, our photographer is an example of that testimony. And we want to do it so that every student, in fact, those who are interested, will benefit from it. We have study abroad expos that we'll be doing. We also have Fresh Affair, packed with Start Right Conference, where we'll be bringing together men and women of distinguished positions in the country to speak to you about university life and a life after university. The SRC also, as part of our major social intervention for students, also has a package called the MTN Monthly Data Package. We believe that for you to be successful in achieving your academic goals, there is a need for you to get access to quality internet. Because nowadays, everything that we have is on the internet. You will need to do research, you will need to chat your colleagues, you will need to be in your college group or program group. And so, the SRC will be crediting each and every student with 5 gig data package every month. We will be opening up. In fact, those who are not clapping, I believe you are not interested. And we will do well to extract you from the data package. And I must say, all right, so we'll be crediting each and every student with 5 gigabytes of MTN data, 250 minutes, 200 minutes of it to call students of the University of Cape Coast, and 50 minutes for other people. We will also be giving you 100 SMS units every month so that you can easily communicate with your friends and other people even outside the university. We believe that this is what we can do to assist you as a student to come out of the university as somebody of academic integrity and also well vested for the outside world. The SRC, because it's a student organization, it is not for me as a president, neither is it for the PRO, but it is for each and every one of us. And so SRC would always want to have that interaction between the student body and the executive board. With that, we have social media handles and platforms that we do interact with students. We are on X, we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, and any other social media platform that you know. Just go there right now, search ucc.src, and follow us. It is there that we easily communicate some of the opportunities, for example, scholarship opportunities for students to benefit from. In the pipeline too is our SRC app, where we want to create an interactive app that students can have and can easily communicate to the SRC, where we can put scholarship opportunities and other things of importance. Lest I forget, is one of our intervention policies that we have for students. You see, in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks' time, most of you are going to exhaust your food stuffs that you have. The gari, the plantain, the rice that you brought. In fact, you are going to finish them with your roommate. And so, what we as an SRC we do is that we set up a day called the SRC Shopping Day, where we bring together different goodies and sell to students at a subsidized, not even wholesale, subsidized price. So if you are buying rice at 80 cedis in a shop, you come to the SRC shop where we'll be setting up our signs, you will get it around 60 or 50 cedis. And many other things to come. In the pipeline too is the mass NHIS registration and renewal that we have. Some few days ago, we had the report that some of you went to the hospital and you are not having NHIS card, and so you are being asked to make payments for your health care. We've engaged with the Directorate of the University Health Services for freshers who don't have the NHIS cards and whatsoever it is to be taken care of. Coming in the pipeline will be a massive NHIS registration that will be stationing at the various campuses, the North, the South, and the North campus, to ensure that each and every one of us get access to the NHIS card, to get access to free healthcare that the university and the SRC is running. Now, I want to emphasize something. As the main advocate for student needs and the main advocate for student body, and SRC having representation on the University Governing Council, over the years, we've had incidents of students making or taking certain decisions, one, for reasons of being ignorant and not paying attention to certain details. I will humbly encourage each and every one of us that as you are sitting here and you are being handed over this book and this one, the academic program policies and regulations, and the student handbook, please, let it be your Bible. Let it be your Quran. Let it be your best friend. Because there are a lot of things here that is going to predict or dictate your success as a student of this university. If you are going to sit here in the next 4 years with convocation and council here, graduating you to leave the university and live a successful life out there, it depends on this and your personal determination to read and attend to your academic responsibilities. So please, let it be your guide and your Bible. Before I leave the stage, I want to emphasize one thing that I've realized in my 5 years of being on campus. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself wholly. I'm reading Doctor of Optometry, and I'm in my 5th year. What I've realized is that the journey after our 4 years in a university is not an easy one. And for you to go up, they say that you need a team. But for you to go faster, they say go alone. So please, for all of us to have a successful stay, even here and after school, there is a need for us to put a lot of premium on what you call network. Yes, you came from your different homes, but it's important that you have very good networks and associations with your roommates, with your program mate, your church mate, and whoever that you meet. Because it is these same people that will hold your hands up there. Network is very, very important. Make friends, good ones of course, build families, build cartels, build a cabal of good people around you, so that after your 4 years here, you will get somebody to hold your hands. That's the only way you can guarantee yourself a successful future. So thank you very much, the SRC of the University of Cape Coast. We welcome you, and we are hoping to have a successful 4-year with you. I'm Vincent Kujo Siabi, your president for the Student Representative Council of the University of Cape Coast. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vincent, for that presentation. We would open the floor for just 2 questions. Just 2. Or maybe 1. Hello. If there's any question. Where are your twin brothers? Hey.
All right, thank you very much. As the mouthpiece of the student body, okay, we all understand that SRC serves as the mouthpiece of the student body. And many a times, most of we, the students, envision to actually come for leadership position on campus. But on the other side, we also understand that our major purpose of coming to the university is based on what? Academic. So as a student, or as an SRC executive, or a student who envision to come for SRC executive, what are the things you guys look at? I mean, what are the criteria for positions in SRC? The first question. And again, the second question I want to also ask again is that as a leader or as having a portfolio in a council, doesn't it also have any negative effect on our academics based on the fact that you might be called for some seminars or some activities of the council? Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Matix Wisdom. Please, my question is, during the orientation, they say that if you are not having a student ID card, you'll not be taking part of exams. So you stood there, you talk about everything, but for the above mentioned things, you say you'll be providing for student. If you don't have student ID card, you will not be recognized as a student of UCC. So my question is, is the SRC responsible for the provision of the student ID, or the faculties or schools or department that has? Thank you.
Okay, I'm Laura. Please, my question is, those who are not using the MTN network, so does it mean that the monthly packages, we are not going to have it?
Okay, thank you. Let's pay attention as I address these concerns. So first is leadership in the SRC. Proud to my elections, I said at the vetting that there are a lot of students who have this ambition to serve at the SRC or even at the JCRC or the departmental level, but they think they will not be able to balance it well with their academics. And so the promise, and as part of our flagship policies, what we'll be bringing on board is a leadership school. It's not something that is going to take much of your time.